Heyo, and welcome back to I'm recording in my living room because it's way too hot in my closet. So we're back playing The Letter. Again, the game that just never seems to want to quit or end anytime soon. We're in the park with Becca. There's a ghost haunting us. Stuff happens. There we go. The comfortable atmosphere from minutes ago was nice while it lasted. Admittedly, I've missed the kinds of moments between us. We never had the chance, always busy on some project or work. The things we've taken for granted, now we're realizing how valuable they are. With one of us absent and the other one stuck in a jail cell, the world has an awful sense of humor. While the one we've just had is short-lived, it's another thing I want to look forward to. If we ever free ourselves from this damned curse, I like to believe there's a way. For now, we have to focus back on this, the present. Dead people. The letter. The curse. It's not simple to bring these up, but necessary.
Where do we go from here, Ash?
It's an innocent question at best, but she looks to me as if my face has all the answers in the world. I used to think so back when I was at the top of my game, and I'm still sure of everything. Now there's just uncertainty sullying whatever decision I come up with. At some point, logic has simply stopped working here, and we started grasping at straws. Along with exhaustion, fatigue, and stress, we've had enough kindling to get a fire burning. Oh! A not-so-pleasant kind of fire.
We can't stay here. We'd be sitting ducks if we remain in one place.
Alright, so we just keep running like this?
We don't have much of a choice, Becca. Even our own homes aren't safe.
Why are you so mad all of a sudden? She's just asking a question, Ash.
Anytime, that woman, that thing might get us. Fuck. A zombie apocalypse would be better than this.
It still doesn't change anything.
That line did not match up with what the text said, I just realized.
You just said it. Nowhere's safe. But dying is the last thing I want to do right now, Ash. Not to a stupid chain letter. Someone was too gullible to pick up and show everyone.
Don't you think it's a bit too late to start laying the blame on someone else? It's not even helping at this point.
Who said anything about blaming anyone? Do you really think I don't blame myself for this as well? Isabella warned all of us. In the first place, we wouldn't even be having this problem if you'd only...
What do you want to hear from me then? If what happened last night didn't tell you how bad...
Will you get yourself together?
I don't even know what I'm fucking doing, Rebecca! Zach's in jail. Some scumbag is holding my best friend responsible for a crime he didn't commit. And no matter how many times I apologize to her, we don't even know if Isabella will come back to us. You want me to admit it? Fine. This whole mess is tearing me apart. You should have listened. Fuck, I should have listened. But I just stood there, just judging her, and I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to do right now.
Is it just me, or did this, tense moment come out of nowhere? It wasn't building to that at all. What the fuck? What's happening? We both falter to silence at my words, and an awkward, stifling mood descends between us. I do not mean to shout, to snap at her, to add to the kindling. Not in a moment when anytime, anywhere, she, the damn ghost, might get to one of us. We're both in the same boat. Yet, here we are, playing the blame game. Little by little, we're falling apart, caving into pressure, to the bleak situation we're trapped in. Did that ghost mean for this to happen? To divide each of us so she could pick us off one by one right after? Who knows? Anything's possible. Anything's possible now if her kind can exist. With the fire burning between us rising high, as it does now, I'm afraid, deathly afraid, that the possibility might come sooner or later that I can figure all of this out. I can't figure all this out? I might have read that wrong. I can't even believe the words coming out of my own mouth, that out of everyone, I have to be the one saying these to her. This is more her forte than mine, keeping the peace, placating everyone while I unintentionally aggravate people with badly chosen words. Maybe you should think of your words before you say them, Ash. Be mature and, think through what you want to say. Funny how fast the tables have turned after just one unfortunate incident. How am I even supposed to cope?
I swear, I'll get us out of this mess. But if we want to make it out of this in one piece, we're gonna have to calm down first.
Why? Why? I don't understand. I don't understand where that came from. Before my own temper flares, I walk away and slide back into the car. If the door slams with more force than needed, I'd like to blame it on pent-up anger boiling up in me, and I'm not even sure what or who I'm angry at. The ghost, at her sudden outburst, or maybe at myself for being this useless. Because despite her not saying anything, I know, goddammit, she's still counting on me. In spite of my failures, or every harsh word I've uttered, or how unbearable I can be as a friend. It's there when the tension after the argument finally breaks and she follows me and gets into the car. It's in concerned glances she shoots my way when I start the engine without a word and drive off. It's in her silence, a heavy gift, her unwavering trust. Yet, it's one I'm more than willing to carry, even though my own exhaustion is only to keep her safe. In this city of 68,000 strangers, she's the only one I have left. Though in all seriousness, a good rest is still our best bet for now. Thinking with an exhausted brain is almost as good as running around in circles. We might as well just throw ourselves at the ghost and be done with this. The local Irish pub may not be the best place to hang around when one hasn't slept a wink or you're stressed. More often than not, it's loud. Sometimes the music played by drunkards grates the ears and the whole place smells like piss on a bad day. What does piss smell like on a good day? All in all, it's the very definition of the last place I'd hang around after a wakeful night, but it's safe. Or safe as in get with G's security watching the place. It makes it easy to find help in case you find yourself in a tight spot. The place being owned by a person I've implicitly, I don't know what is this word? Implicitly, I'm so sorry. Place my trust on provides some sort of semblance of comfort too. Gregor, bartender G, or just G to his regular patrons, might be rough around the edges. Sometimes a bit too gruff for a man serving drinks behind the counter, but he belongs to a good folk of the city. If there's anywhere in this place I can rely on to look after people important to me, it's probably him. He means well, surprisingly, despite his surly demeanor. Cares to some extent for people he's likely only sees once or twice a week on a bad day. Not the best job in the world in my opinion, but that's exactly it, isn't it? In wine, there's truth. Alcohol, in this case. It loosens the tongue, forces one to let his or her guard down. Whatever inhibitions anyone has, it all flies straight through the window after a few glasses. It has made him observant too. Always. Why are we talking about this man? Can I ask? I don't care. Can I skip it? There's so much text in this game that doesn't fucking matter. My god. As expected, the moment we show up, he's kind enough to offer us a room at the back of his shop. A single look at my face, I don't even need to say anything, and the next thing we know, he's leading us in. No questions asked. Like, how hard is it for Ash to be just like, yeah, he's a good friend, let's go. Like, I don't care. I just don't fucking care. Excuse me, maybe it's for this reason why I find myself drifting towards the station hours later, after having gotten a much needed shut-eye. Newly washed drink glasses and tumblers line the counter surface when I enter the room. Behind the bar, G is busy wiping each of them clean, likely prepping for tonight's use. Briefly, he glances up at me once I claim one of my empty stools and grab a rocks glass sitting close to my elbow. I'm sorry, I'm rushing through this text. I'm trying to read it quickly. Turning it absentmindedly in my palm just to keep my hands occupied while my brain's still busy trying to make sense of everything. Even at this dead hour, while only a few patrons milling in, this place still smells strongly of liquor. Honestly, I've never grown fond of it. Regardless of how many times I've had a trip or sat here on the same spot just talking with the old man. I've never been fond of drinking in the first place. Yet, oddly, it's the nasty odor of brewery that helps clear my mind at this time, along with the lack of establishment's usual hubbub and the occasional clinking of glasses. Even more bizarre is that, through my lack of words, G doesn't say anything. Although it's clear from the... Hi, Babs! Nope. I'm recording at my couch and Babs is trying to sit on me. Nope, you can't sit on me. Not right now. Although it's clear from the way his mouth is curved up in a tight frown, he has questions, a bucket load of it. He keeps he wisely keeps it shut. What do you want? Babs, no! You're not sitting with me. I have to play a game. Instead, he simply focuses back on his work. Rinse, wipe, stash away, repeat, going through the motions such as familiarity. It's almost a trance. Stop! Stop it, Babs! No! Go away! Stop! Babs, you ain't slick! Do you want to sit? Yeah. No, you can't sit with me, please. Are you really gonna be like this? Okay, we have a friend next to the microphone. You little baby. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. Watching his precise movements quietly like this, with these thoughts swimming inside my head, it's easy to lose track of everything around me. One solid lead on this, one possible way to sort this out, but will it work? Especially if my assumption's correct and that the reason Zach was there yesterday morning was because of the curse. Something must have happened there to him, to see the need to look into and break inside that place. What if a couple had fallen victim to the curse? It doesn't fall outside the realm of possibility. I've been so biased, not even thinking that they might be in danger as well. But during the open house with Isabella, they might have seen the letter and... fuck.
Stupid, stupid, stupid. Some fucking detective I am.
Shit, I kind of feel bad because I'm just like, yeah, Ash, you ain't so bright, but at the same time, I'm like, maybe I should have some sympathy for the guy. But also, he's a cop, so like, no, fuck that, am I right? That's likely the moment when Cooper saw it. If logic holds, I need to hurry there right away, and if there are answers anywhere, it would be there. It should be there, where all this fucking mess started. It's not only my life on the line here. There are others. What happened to us, I won't wish on anyone else, no matter how much I loathe them, or how complicated all of this has suddenly become. The letter, the woman, the mansion, and now there are voices lacing venom inside every crevice in my head. Murmured... Babs. Babs! Stop! I can't have you here with me, Babs. You're distracting. She's cleaning herself, and I'm sorry if you can... What are you doing? Okay, goodbye, Babs. Oh my god. This cat, I love her, but I swear to god. Murmurs that jeer, scoff, and deride whenever an opportunity presents itself.
It's because you didn't listen.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this? What the fuck?
It's all your fault. Why won't you believe me?
What the fuck? What? A reminder of what I failed to do and who I failed. At some point, they all begin to blur together, twining and coiling every horrid image and memory of her, seeking the forefront of my mind. No matter how much I refuse to remember the fear I felt then, to push it as far back as I can, the vision comes to me in a deluge. And before I know it, before I can drown, another voice pulls me out of it.
You're doing good there, boy.
I hate this guy. His hands on my shoulder, gripping it tightly and giving me a light shake. So, thank you to my bae, my best friend, my bae. By the way, I mention her a lot. She goes by Coob on YouTube. She's an artist. She's really great. You should look her up. She's great. I'll link her down below. She filmed a Tumblr post where it was literally just this guy, the cop, and the priest, and it's all the same dude. It's literally they all look the exact same, and it's ridiculous. Oh my god. There's relief in his face when I finally look up at him, although his frown appears more distinct than the concern in my eyes. It's deeper now, marred with worry and agitation. He does let go when I offer a small nod, but the furrow between his eyebrows never leaves his face. He always has a knack for reading people, after all, even someone who can be as closed off or distant like me. In all the time I've spent in the Force, there's only one other person who has been keen as this old guy. The Chief. It's 'cause they're the same person! They're the same person! They both have that fucking annoying ass voice. I hate him. At least this guy's a little bit better though. I kind of like his stupid mustache. funny and weird to some degree. I think this is gonna be revealed that the chief and this bartender man are the same. I would genuinely love that. That'd be a fun twist. I've pointed out so many times before how much they look alike! Only for the observation to be brushed off with a vehement tone. I never brought it up after the third time out of respect for the guy. Whatever it is, it's clear it's something he doesn't want to talk about. Oh shit, are they actually related? Why push, right? You're a detective, isn't that what you're supposed to do? However, during times like this, it's impossible for the thought not to come up, even as he even has a glare down pat. Under his wordless scrutiny, I feel like a damaged rookie again.
You're looking a bit green. Sure you got plenty of rest back there?
Why couldn't they switch up the voices just a little bit?
You were only out for an hour or two. Wouldn't hurt to try and get some sleep. I'll keep an eye out.
No need. Don't worry about me. I won't be able to get some sleep anyway.
Now with her face still clear as a picture in my head, no.
I heard that from you before. Not buying it. What's the story this time? This as bad as that case with the guy who ate his own eyeball?
I wish it were. Jesus, stop reminding me. I hated that case. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you get a kick out of telling people about it.
It's useful, you know, for blokes who don't know their limits. Sends them right out the door after I start with a description. Or was it the part when the poor schmuck gouged his eyes out? Nasty, awful, icky stuff, and it gets the job done. Like I said, useful. Don't even need to call security these days if I want to kick someone out. Anyway, pretty sure that pales in comparison to whatever this is now. I haven't seen you this stressed out since they closed that case. The one from 10 years ago, with your professor friend.
Abigail and her team weren't able to solve that one, G. No one has been able to. It just went cold.
Same difference. But what do I know, eh? I just serve drinks, listen to people's problems and their whining, then make sure they get home safe afterwards. Thing is, I'm also not blind, kiddo. And you can bet your ass I can tell when a person's about to fall apart.
What? Is this some form of therapy from you? Are you going to offer me free drinks now?
Really, I can use some right now. Something to numb the senses. But when has that helped anyone?
In your dreams, kid. Last time someone gave you the hard stuff, your photographer friend had to haul you out of this place almost half naked.
Hey, I can handle my liquor when I put my mind to it.
Not from what I've seen, nope. Besides, you usually avoid drinking. Either way, it's out of the equation. And when booze no longer counts, we just talk. So, talk. It's not like anyone within earshot will care. That chap over there only wants his cricket matches.
I doubt you believe it, G.
I've heard worse stuff. Try me.
You know that mansion down at Anslem?
Yeah, who doesn't? You live in this town long enough, it's impossible not to hear a thing or two about it. Bloody...
Well, my friend found a primitive version of a chain letter in there. Now that we've seen it, we're cursed.
A beat passes. For a long moment, G stands there, unmoving. His hands stop short of placing the glass he's been wiping prior back to the rack on his left. All while, he stares at me with eyes that are nothing short of scrutinizing. He probably assumes I'm joking. Who wouldn't? Not a week ago, I've been put in the same position. Even now, in spite of things I've heard and seen, it simply won't sink in. Or maybe this is just desperation creeping in. The idea that I may not be able to find a way out of this. Whatever the case is, for people who hasn't experienced what I'm going through, this will merely sound like an awful Halloween prank.
It's not a prank.
Aw, Isabella, it's been so long since I've heard your voice. This must have been what Isabella felt the whole time we made fun of her that day.
This isn't a prank. I saw something.
Now it's too late. We're stuck in a never-ending nightmare where the only way out might be death. And like I expected, G's reaction out of it, an amused laughter. It booms throughout the whole pub after a long bout of silence, like I've just told him a particularly funny joke. Sorry, can't pronounce that word.
Okay. Good one, kid. You don't want to spill. No one's forcing you. Seriously, though. Good one.
Although I want to be angry with him, I can't find it in myself. Can't even muster the energy for a scowl or a glare. Nothing but a taste of my own medicine to temper the annoyance bubbling up in me, I suppose. In the end, echoing words is the best I can do.
It's not a joke.
Yeah, alright, good luck with that. You're on your own. Here I thought you didn't have an ounce of humor in that body. Guess I'm wrong.
He shakes his head, lets out another chuckle before returning to his task. By now, almost half of the glasses have been put away. The only ones remaining are the smaller kind used for shots and stemmed ones for cocktails. Despite being busy with his task, his amusement does not entirely disappear from his face. He keeps talking as if I'm simply another customer he entertains with his stories. But we both know it's more than that. It's the wistful expression on him that says anything.
Man, can't believe you're the same rookie who walked in here almost a decade ago. Too smart for his own good, that boy. Has always been 2 steps ahead of things. Now he's here, sulking.
I must have screwed up somewhere then.
I must have screwed up a lot. For things to suddenly shift like this, for me to become a mere shadow of a person I used to be.
Nah, I don't think so. You trying to drink your worries away, like last time. That was screwed up.
Oh, whoa?
This one, screwed up? Not by a mile. It's too early to say. You've still got several years ahead of you, Holmes. Take it easy. But some things change, eh? It has been years, and you were a kid back then. You know, the sort that's a bit unsure, making all the horrible decisions in life he'd eventually be embarrassed to talk about.
You never stopped calling me kid, though.
Well, you still are. It's just that this time, you're sure of who that badge and gun is for. What was it you police types usually say? To protect and serve, yeah?
A significant pause follows at its heels. From both of us, as he allows its meaning to sink in and spur something in me, stirring a feeling both heavy and forceful, but not completely unwelcome. Familiar. Though before I can even clarify what he's trying to imply or gather my thoughts on the matter, G turns away to begin his work on his silverwares. He'll need those too once more patrons come in for lunch. Slow and easy. A sharp contrast with the strained air we've been wading through these past weeks. A fleeting moment, but one I allow myself to relish, if only because of its absence lately. The way things are now, it's almost a gift. So when it all ends at the sound of my phone ringing, a sigh is all that leaves me. And then next time on Stormbees, we'll actually answer that phone call. God, this... I'm just tired, man. Like, there's probably a lot to do left with Ash's route, plus, like, we get to play as Luke next time also, and I'm just like, God, I don't want to play as Luke. Maybe at that point I'll actually purposely try to kill him. If the game will allow me, because holy shit. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode. I appreciate it, as usual. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Goodbye!